What is going on, everyone? It's Badger here, and this is one of those stories that's probably more than it seems, or rather, they're making it to be more than it seems. At least, dear God, I'm still at the point where I'm hoping it's not what it sounds like it could be, and they're just being true to Lois from the comics. And hey, look, let's just get into this. Superman Legacy Lois Lane casting finalist Phoebe Dinevor on heroine's role in upcoming reboot. She's the brains. She's actually the fearless one. Now, in the comics, Lois Lane is fearless, and she is very smart. I don't, she's not the brain because look, Superman is Kryptonian. He has a Kryptonian brain. He's smarter than Lois. Like he's smarter than a lot. He's smarter than most humans, except maybe Batman and Lex Luthor. Just what it is. But yeah, she's the brains, quote unquote, between her and Clark Kent in their like newsroom duties or reporter. Yeah, 100%. And she's the fearless ones, and she's always getting into trouble, which is why Superman has to save her a lot because she's always getting into trouble. But let's get into this. In a tease that's unlikely to be taken well by any fan hoping for a cinematic return to form for the Big Blue, and only because time after 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 time for the last decade, basically, yeah, they've shown us they don't know how to do this well, and it ends up coming across horribly. But for sure, like if when Superman Returns was coming out, if they had said that she was the brains, no one would have been concerned because it was just like, well, yeah, that's Lois. She's headstrong. In a tease that's unlikely to be taken well by any fan hoping for a cinematic return to form for Big Blue, according to actress Phoebe Dinevor, firsthand experience with the film's script. And again, that could be an earlier draft, could be a fake page, or it could be the actual script. We don't know. We don't know. Superman Legacy will flip the script by having Lois Lane be the one who saves Superman. Let that hang there dramatically. Dinevor, perhaps best known for her roles as Daphne Bassett in Netflix Bridgerton and okay, blah blah blah. Let's skip down to what she actually said. Amidst the discussion primarily centered on her new film Fair Play, Dinevor was eventually asked by the outlets Angelique Jackson as to how she felt about losing the chance to portray the titular Kryptonian's love interest, a role for which she was briefly a final contender before it ultimately went to Rachel Brosnahan. In turn, the actress recalled, all right, here we go, and we're going to take this with a grain of salt, right? She says, it was a whirlwind, and then I realized it was over, but it was great. Further, Denvor admitted that particular one takeaway she had from the entire affair was the fact that in the future she wanted to play more characters like Lois, ostensibly recalling to the intrepid reporter's portrayal within Gunn's script. Okay, here's the meat. The actress affirmed that she found Lois's appeal to be the fact that she saved Superman. She's the brains. She's actually the fearless one. Let's just take a moment to appreciate that. I believe that's from Final Crisis. Uh, now, in the interest of fairness, oh, Heroes of Christ, look at that. Now, in the interest of fairness, it should be noted that there does exist a handful of distinct possibilities regarding Dinevor's statements that do not automatically spell identity politics laden doom for her Superman legacy, although I don't think anyone would be blamed if that's what they were thinking. For example, there's a chance that the actress' reference to Lois saving Superman was meant to come across more metaphorically than literally a possible reference to the heroine either helping to free the hero from a sticky situation in order to fight a big bad, or her feelings for him serving as the spark which inspires him to push past. I really hope, since this apparently is about him reconciling his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing, that maybe she helps him with that. She saves him in that, because look, unless it's like a Miss Tessmacher in Superman, where he has kryptonite on him and she saves him by removing the kryptonite. What's she going to do to save him? Unless she saves Clark, I don't know how she would actually save Superman, at least not physically. So again, I'm hoping this is a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Taser face? No? Anyone? Okay. To this end, it's conversely possible that the second half of her statement, Dinevor used overtly literal language to refer to the iconic comic book pairings historic relationship where Lois is bold, refused to take no for an answer attitude, aka her brains and her fearlessness, serve as both an inspiration and an indispensable in the field assistive asset to both Clark's respective careers. And yes, I really, really hope they build toward that it's an equal. She should never be, I mean, yeah, at first she should be busting Clark as a small town, call him Smallville, stuff like that. But then once they get into their relationship, it should be an equal partners. God, it's the one CW show that did it really good is Superman and Lois. Go watch that. It's actually got a full 4 seasons. Yeah, she said, but given this statement was made amidst the West's current socio-political charged entertainment climate, there remains a high probability that the above hedging will remain as nothing more than wishful thinking, and Lois will ultimately be subjected to the same strong female rewriting that has torpedoed the characters of so many fictional heroines before her. Look, it really comes down to Gunn. Here, let's see if they're going to say the same thing I wanted to say. Ultimately, the only thing standing in the way of such an outcome is Gunn himself, or whether or not he's going to fold. Yeah, look, we were going to say the same thing. This all comes down to James Gunn and how he writes it. If he knows how to write strong female characters that are still feminine, that don't come off as "see you next Tuesday." That's what that is. See you next Tuesday. Come on, you'll use it once you've heard it. Yeah, they just come off bitchy if you don't write them well. But Gunn does know how to do it. So I don't even think it's a matter of caving because, boy, unless he just lied and told them what they wanted to hear, and that's how he got put in charge. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's going to be very diverse. But look at the casting. He hired 4 white actors to play 4 white characters. So far, people that look like Jimmy Olsen looks like he should be playing Jimmy Olsen. Everyone looks like they should be playing their role. So he's not given anything yet to show that he's going to go crazy off of left field. But I don't know. Anything could happen. It's not the only reason it's not disturbing is because Lois is the brains, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, and she's smart and fearless. So my favorite Lois is the animated one, the animated series. Dana Delaney played her in all of them. Great Lois. And then honorable mentions. Sure, I like Amy Adams, Terry Hatcher, Erica Durance. Yeah. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. If you've done that, well, you're pretty awesome. And if you're going to do that, you're also pretty awesome. If you're not going to do any of that, well, at least you made it this far. Thank you. We will see you on the next one.